I don't know why they did this. This is one of the biggest, most egregious things about the Artemis Fowl movie. And this was the second time that year that JUDI Dench gender bent an iconic character to less than profitable results. But I think the issue here is that Disney thought that they were doing something like to update the material to modern times, but in doing so, they completely misrepresented the Artemis Fowl books, and they misrepresented the themes of the story. So Commander Root being a man is integral to the story because Commander Root is supposed to represent the old guard. He's supposed to be the old guard ushering in the new generation, which is Holly. And he's the one who's supposed to be like, Holly, I know I'm giving you a lot of shit. I know it doesn't feel fair, but it even though it's not fair, it's necessary because you're the one that everyone is looking to, and you have to be better than all of us. And that's a horrible thing to have to put on you, but you still got to do it. You got to do it for every woman who comes up after you. And because now Commander Root is a woman, that means nothing. Holly's not coming up in the game anymore. She is another woman in service to the LEP Recon, the Leprechauns. It's just one of those things where I have to question whether the people who made this movie even read the book, like, at all. And again, 2019, 2020, like, that was a time where people just were not engaging with the source material of the thing that they were adapting. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this movie, but I don't love it because it's good. I love it because it's entertaining. I was more entertained by this movie than I was by Avengers Endgame, just to put that in perspective. But my God, Tom Hooper just did not read the Cats script. They didn't engage with the source material. They didn't understand what made Cats Cats. This became its own fucked up thing, but this is not Cats. So the girl on top, that's Victoria. Victoria is the main character of the Cats movie, but in the musical, she's just like a ballet dancing cat. She doesn't have any lines. They just took her and made her the protagonist in a show that famously does not have a protagonist. So already we're fucking up. And they give her a song. She starts off as a character who has never had a line. She has like a ballet, and then Taylor Swift gives her a song. I could fight Taylor Swift for what she did to this movie. Taylor Swift was not the worst thing about this movie, but this song is kind of the same thing as what they did with Artemis Fowl. Like, she just didn't engage with the material. And the problem with this song is that it completely undercuts Grisabella's journey. Grisabella is the only cat who has a journey in the Cats movie. So like a character trajectory. She's the only one who like grows and changes. So Victoria having this song actually undercuts Grisabella's issues. Because the whole time, Grisabella wants to be included in the Jellicle Cat. She's the only one who has a want that's different than the other cats. The other cats want to, ascend to heaven and die. Or be reborn into a new Jellicle life or whatever. Grisabella doesn't want that. She wants to go back to what she had. And Taylor just went, that's nice, and then wrote a song about Victoria basically telling Grisabella that actually the Jellicle Cats are awesome, and you did fuck it up. And that's stupid. To add to this travesty, I don't think Taylor Swift finished the song until the day that they had to shoot it. So, poor Francesca Hayward, who had never been in the movie before, I don't think, because she had the N introducing Francesca Hayward as Victoria, and she had to sing this song. Like, she barely knew it. Like, Taylor, what the hell? Also, on a more basic level, this isn't Taylor's fault, but she was the one who had to sing this song. Macavity, Taylor Swift is describing Macavity, and she's like, Macavity, is a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin, but Macavity in the movie was not a ginger cat. Macavity was the exact color of Idris Elba, which that's a whole other conversation for another day. I'm not trying to, it's bad enough I'm even talking about cats right now. Back to not engaging with the source material. The Cats movie really suffers from the creative team not engaging with the source material to the point that the only real high points of this movie are the songs that are sung by dancers. And while I love the Dame is wonderful. She definitely had some moments in 2019 and 2020 where she was in movies where she wasn't given the right direction, and she wasn't nobody engaged with her on the source material. So she's doing like the naming of cats in the Cats movie, and it's just kind of like she's not really singing it. Like there's no crescendo happening. It's very odd. And I get why they casted her, because she was supposed to be the original Grisabella, but I think like she broke her ankle or something. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, like Judy, you deserve better. And she deserved better here. Like this should have been a man. And I think Artemis Fowl had a lot of problems, and there's a lot of different things that were wrong with it. Just like there's a lot of different things that are wrong with the Cats movie. But I think unlike the Artemis Fowl movie, the Cats movie was fun, and there are moments where it does get it right. Whereas Artemis Fowl, like the Root being a woman, and just for like inclusion points when it doesn't really understand why Root is a man in the first place, it just really works to tear down the structure of the story and why it works. And this is why, honestly, I'm gonna have a problem engaging with the Avatar live action when I get Netflix back and I'm able to watch it, because the problem with this is that it's modernizing everything. So people have motives that they shouldn't have. There's weird thematic clashings that aren't really supposed to happen. Like, stop trying to remake this franchise. The original show was perfect. I have gotten so far off the beaten track here. I'm so sorry. I'm talking about cats. I'm talking about everything. But yeah, they made Root a woman because they were trying to go for inclusion points, and it just failed. And this is what happens, because I think when we're told that representation does matter. But you also have to think about the representation matters because of the story that you're telling. So Artemis Fowl, the commander of the LEP recon, the LEP recon, being a man, that is inclusion, because you're talking specifically about feminist ideals. So Holly not being the only girl to be in the LEP recon actually tears down her story a bit. She needed to be the first because that's part of her story. The moral of the story here is just stop making this woman gender bend iconic characters. It's not working.